Hi, this is Sandy from Incredible Transformation, and I'm going to start on talking about worship. All week this week is going to be on worship, so we're going to go back to the beginnings of worship, and that was in the Old Testament. And what we're going to talk about right now is the beginning of worship when they came back from exile. I don't know if you have read the Bible or know that the Israelites were in exile, and they came back after 70 years. And at this time, Nehemiah, who was one of the leaders that helped bring people back, was talking about reinventing the feasts and reinventing worship in Israel. This is in Nehemiah 8, verses 2 and 3. So on the first day of the 7th month, Ezra the priest brought the law before the assembly, which was made up of men and women and all who were able to understand. He read it aloud from daybreak till noon as he faced the first square before the water gate in the presence of the men, women, and others who could understand. And all the people listened attentively to the book of the law. Alright, so he read from morning till noon. So this must have been 5 or 6 hours. And he was reading the book of Leviticus. If you've ever read the book of Leviticus, you know that it's really, really boring. But they were not bored with this. And he was talking about the feast. Particularly one was the Feast of the Tabernacles. Now in the 7th month, which he's talking about here, there were 3 different feasts. So that's why he's talking about it at the beginning of the 7th month. One was called the Feast of Trumpets. One was the Day of Atonement, and the other one was the Feast of Tabernacles. Now, the Feast of Tabernacles, just to give you a little bit of insight into it, then I'll go into it in another recording. The Feast of Tabernacles was a celebration of what happened when they left Egypt and they had to live out in the wilderness. So in the Feast of Tabernacles, for 7 days, they lived in these makeshift huts, and they celebrated what happened when they left Egypt. Then on the 8th day, they had a celebration. They had an assembly and a celebration. That was the Feast of the Tabernacles. This is a return to worship. And Nehemiah is talking about a return to worship after they were gone. And the people in the assembly wanted to return the worship of the true God. And in my next audio, I'll be talking more about the Feast of Tabernacles.